TV Oborabu Wagusi.
Biamono mwanchu muligereria bwita ya TV buna gotebie aburi tangani mwakili oito Hilary Ongori Tom ashadunda ndani ya mjego karotocho kwanira igoro ya the state of the nation or state of Kenya mangana ayoro chimbyage ndrete usena kioro Kenya ngayero chugochi is really Kenya headed to the right direction gotocho kuligereria matters chirichiko concern mo Kenya obutambe usena ona yabuno tuligeti koro asenka ya ogabo yabuma Tiffany ni maite muligeti kwa chisa mjiri chia sune kachituka ekara wantenga naole nechi customer muligereti morobeli bwa magia asenche robe kirano ekara tu ikira sekengese kyoko gamba no mwakilo ito ase studio ndachiko mulekera mono igoro yekyombe kyobacholi nechi bebe IEBC ngana kitutake bwa tigo ikabono naki ekatiba neli chiko ligoteba igoro yokorosi wa wekyombe kyo kia IEBC naende inki kerege tange kenene totaratuara ekyombe kyo wegonto chikuligereria igoro ya mangana ya Law Society of Kenya aso wakili ara sekyombekyo kiabe kyagera yonere ya umbrella ya bobuna aba wakili karotoroche abamu abo bagendrete kobolia the Chief Justice Mother Koome anyare ko bakawetigia emeremo go se resign ekibago tabanga she is incompetent. Do you agree? Ayoroche ne kemaene go se no ko unereria omosubati nyora gender based violence ine kwa negete somewhere someplace kolende ayonto chikomanya senjere yobekira na mangale korwase chanjo yemenyama goseche the livestock vaccination mpaka Ruto current appointments abwanya ateko bakago chora buna aba waziri ayo ngati yali turakwanere asichinza chiratwanchere kuchita twanchere naende tokotebana nkyonkande karibu sana nganchere tomwaregani mwakilo ito nerara rutamboto egere tumenye guchake nkwana yeyemo asemena reta TV oborabu bagusenye kubwata iboli rindelionsi chaka kolituma gwetera SMS number genda sinsema ya Facebook page na otulibuna eta ya TV njibotambe ngoro kwa Sara Nyarangi Ontita na otulina ekorobono iga mpaka mwele karibu sana wakili. How are you?
Very fine
ngekientambe sana
na ende umorali ase kongali bagalinde
yes
linde to kwa nene na abantu baito bagusi
yes
o mo tegereri na ndo moligeri bweta ya TV o yakoro konga Hilary Ongori Tom am an advocate of the High Court of Kenya kuro bakali bweta asichinsemo au
yes
ya Kenya yaito biamono na ende karibu.
Asante mwanchubuli mna kwa ihuligo wakili Hilary Ongori Tom na yaratubategega ase studio. Wakili, what is not happening? What is really not happening in Kenya? Because as far as I'm concerned, when a citizen, what does the law talk about IEBC reconstitution in Kenya?
Biamono na ende umorali asili bolilio umorili bweta TV engana ya IBC ne engana ya ani to banga kanga tubwate commission already ekiagera the timelines
yes
ebintu mbiro aroboni ga IBC takere gukora etanyare gukora asengenje we do not have commissioners and without commissioners ebintu mbiro bitakore ekaro tubwate for example secretariat ya commission ebintu era akore ne ebintu biri administratively but the constitutional mandate elie koegwa eire IBC under article 88 ya katiba
yes
te kunyara go execute that constitutional mandate etabu at the commissioners for instance unaboni gato kwa naiga etobugate egeto ko kunga review and the delimitation of boundaries boundaries have not been reviewed
yes
unato kwa naiga ikine gato tayari kia etiru nengaki na ande kia gendere mono ka lichikeli go tabanga delimitation of boundaries etagere koreka not less than 8 years and not more than 12 years. One of the atuarete katibe from 2010.
Yes.
We are speaking about 14 years without review of boundaries. That translates to for example, representation. Under representation. Constituency boundaries have not been delimited. They have not been separated. For instance, in the representation.
Yes.
So again, to get IBC. As we speak, no more na bagwanjira na nje belinga ki. Ere ngane takire ko go ikirani go buango mono. Ekiara na ndeka roligereti. Joto ya kisiasa bona liga aste go ikamo.
Yes.
Nkogenda turanga gucho sobo choli. Ebintu mbiro bitakorekane. With the IBC on for example, to konyara gukora delimitation of boundaries 12 months to the election.
Yes.
We came before with 12 months to kora bochol boch koba with bune kingera kora. Another issue is this: we have more than 5 wards all over the country and 3 constituencies. Chitabu ati representation.
Yes.
Igo engana ya IBC ne ndo tora tabenga, it is something the government to buate ndo koranga a misplaced priority.
Yes.
Or buna abande ba tebire, it is something called by design.
Yeah.
It's either they are misplacing the priority ngaki, it is important to reconstitute IBC, or this thing is being done by design. By design igo ngelinga kio moligeria nga ego chorugwe commission yega ni igo gwate banigwe.
Yes.
Kimaksudi elinde ko benefit some quarters within the political divide. Elinde toko chigotwara IBC tonyore nga IBC etera batayare ko korona negas ekyaro appoint ya commissioner.
Yes.
In the eve of an election ndiago cha kumanyanga nki ngaki systems chiko wa
kichiko wake
ndibago cha
registration of voters.
Those are the things we are saying. So IBC the constitution nenge to kanga ya correct. So na bonda agree na ngaki we are not in the right direction. You tolerate na ende onde the keen wikirania mangana.
All right.
Yes.
But wakili ekaro wake bekire clearly no nyeninje na rode ngana ko chingura was to even constitute that IBC by tomorrow.
Yes.
Then who to blame? Because I remember there was a committee. Was it a committee?
A selection
panel.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the correct name.
Yes.
Ya choletwe ya rengo tutebiole selection panel mbare beba bare ko bororo koronto ntu aruchinga bantu gete ko babale selected from some bodies. Bagachorwa. What really happened?
Mbia mwana asilibo lilo moralia na era na boto ko ira na maega kaigo ndito tonyora good background ekaro to kujikoboli nga selection panel nkikia bete.
Yes, nkikia bete rindi.
When we had demonstrations recently mwako around June, July, Gen Z demonstrations ye igete ga deadlock ega paka to the demonstration yakati chako previously even before the Gen Z demonstrations mtu abwa the demonstrations chilicha rege cha Azimio was pushing for IBC but constituted. That is one of the issues ya chita kapa high cost of living na ya renge one of the issues, but also the issue ya IBC ga
rengo
ekero the NADCO committee ya karansa ega come up with legislative proposals. Among those legislative proposals was the IBC Act Amendment 2023. Ega chikoteba ngaki panel yako koraki ego cho bakateba tonyora abantu babere ku Public Service Commission tonyora abantu babere ku Parliamentary Service Commission tonyora umuntu yo mukuru LSK tonyora umuntu onde ku asinga tokoroka the Political Parties Liaison Committee tumanye konyora 2 people from the religious organizations. Ekero that recommendation yaba ekagenda bunge National Assembly ekaba debated abantu bagasabwa marora abo nga nkikere contribution ekaba made egaetigwa ekagenda to the Senate. Ekero yaikase Senate egento gyoko kumike kamanya koba ekikyagara tabake decision Justice Lawrence Mugambia amegete bwango iga. Ekero yaikase Senate views were called by the public bantu bagacha bakarwa marora bagatenga ki tutaite this IBC abaiga na iga. That report was tabled before the Senate. When it was tabled in the morning, it was the intention in the afternoon ever debated na hande ba akechikura. That report was say justice the JLAC committee, Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. Yes. Ekero table that report in the afternoon debate the report. The report was withdrawn. And Amason King, the speaker, said about this we'll vote on the bill bunere egaetikwa na ende bonto kanyoranga richi quality abera amended. Raila Amolo Odinga and those people the figures behind the NADCO program bakagenda KICC baka sign the IBC Act amendment into law. Ekero banye sign into law ikachake process yoko nyore selection panel baka tokachora abantu saba pale selection panel Okia Ontita and 13 senators baka move to court. Now that leads us to the decision Yabeta delivered on the 13th of December 2024. Baka move to court in the Senate. The views and report ya the table was withdrawn, which means that consideration yabantu bali views chabantu nje taken into consideration.
Yes.
And Justice Mugambi nabaru a decision on the 13th of December agatebanga that amendment was unconstitutional. That amendment was unconstitutional. A program your selection panel is null and void.
Yes.
We now reverse back to the former position.
Yeah.
As IBC Act before amendment. This NADCO process generate your selection panel has now been cancelled, has been quashed. A meaning about machibu abere. Serikali ba appeal, Senate ba appeal on that cancellation or nullification of that amendment. Go say Baira never to make Korea IBC Act 2011 for the purpose of reconstitution of the IBC. And ended to the mega steps. Were it that the Senate here called the public participation? One of the arguments now Justice Lawrence Mugambi Ekero National Assembly ya called the public participation yarega kora buya.
Yes.
The main thing about the Senate nero neta kere kore public participation.
All right.
And that fact you could withdraw that report. Views chamwana inchi nullified the entire process.
Wow. So Wakili, what does that mean as far as IBC reconstitution is concerned?
We are back to the drawing board.
Then how are we back to the drawing board and nothing is going on? If we want to use the initial IBC Act, Nkirende, the same lende wiki tonyore.
No abu bona bantu banda abange bang twalje birengereri. Na ende da baise ko wanjira na nabarabu.
Yes.
Nga egendo tokoroka nga political goodwill. Te yo kubeka IBC in place. Onye ndiri ya renge tuabwata good political goodwill kanga boni we have an IBC in place. Remember also the Gen Z demonstrations, we were dissatisfied with our leaders when our renge ko correct. Ko akere finance bill to angete. In fact we can recall our leaders.
Yes.
These leaders were at the legislature, were at the executive. They are worried. IBC have been constituted to recall.
Yeah.
So they are laxity in either by design or because of lack of goodwill. Because
Wakili, you know whatever. There are some words right now. Nyamaya is one of them. Nature word chinde. Nature constitution chinde no whatever. Mbali represented buneta keire because nature by election. Wanantoro chantonyo lete a new speaker. Nyamira. Igo ekarago bomba speaker, it means single chali who drop. Kirokia ikiwa MCA what area kolenda. Who is representing those people? And again, no president what is happening. I may agree with even whatever maybe lack of goodwill. But now in place because election is nearing.
Is not far.
Yeah.
We are staring at a crisis, at a constitutional crisis.
Yes, that's right.
Leaders of goodwill. This is something that we pushed for. This is something that we are priority. Because if we go to the election, to team ya IBC, totally even when you select those commissioners, na bego ikomontare is an issue. Those people onye mbago chikochoru mapema, ebe tayari, ebe constituted mapema enough. We are staring at a problem. Yes. Public confidence in public institutions is at an all-time low. How will we build public confidence as an institution of IBC if by now that IBC? What will happen when you talk about the to appoint a commission to confidence. Abuma no allegations scuttle elections. And what does that mean? It means abantu bono a country will be in a volatile position. Abantu mba tuara obuoba. Ikiara mbako tuara credibility. Will we be able to hold a free, fair and credible elections? In a commission, etaraba prepared.
Etaraba in place.
Etaraba in place in the first place. Na baso bis kangamoni kama baso irobis para koroji by election.
Yes.
Para some bonding even even amongst themselves commissioners. Bamanyanga ngakiba ko liars with each other. Pakega shekore.
Then what are you doing? LSK is here. With your president who is very candid and very active. The human rights activists on this. IBC ikairi constituted. We see the way Papati Kalonzo Musyoka inafaa itengenezwe just like that. But you know whatever you have to, they to push for this thing. If we really love our country Kenya and if we really totagete chikura chire chingi ya gochimoto.
I think it's also na we there is a failure of leadership. We have a legislation. We have parliamentarians to represent our interests.
Yes.
Our interest as a people is to be able to have a credible, fair election. It is our leaders this process. If they feel strongly about implement the NADCO report. If they strongly feeling that recommendation NADCO process, selection panel, then they should go back to the drawing board and propose another amendment to the act. Ever tabled in parliament as soon as possible, accommodate those grievances. Whether we cannot bury our head in the sand to the fact that challenging a selection panel. Constitution of this election panel. Who is to be represented in this election panel? That question in the NADCO report. Who is to be in that selection panel? So if this amendment has been nullified by the court, if they seek to proceed, now parliamentarians, they can save us. Parliament now has a task.
All right.
Your correct process, they institute another amendment, they comply with the issue of public participation, and two are in place.
Okay.
A selection panel for the purpose. You're correct?
You're going to put their hope as these other leaders also initiate that program.
Yes.
Of which Batara Aquara. Yes.
Selection panel, there is another process here in time. By the way, selecting, having a selection panel is just a start.
It's just a start, the beginning.
Once we have a selection panel, a procedure, this selection panel, by the time we come in place, those positions, the chairmanship and the commissioner's positions, must have been declared vacant.
Yes.
So that take a selection panel, apply to be commissioners. Apply this selection panel. Selection panel.
All right.
A selection panel
yes.
Narrow down to a number.
Yeah.
That number is forwarded to the president.
Yes.
A president a final list. From that, the number that has been submitted to the president by that selection panel.
Okay. Hakuna mahali judicial iko ama jailak apatani na wao?
Selection panel na nako step kwentanga. Woni gatotake selection panel yako choru, ekara selection panel ya choru. Na tebanga by the time we go choru, etageringa vacancies. Chabere declared chairman na commissioners.
Okay.
Ekeroba choru selection panel, they now shortlist kind of banyora abantu yachunjuka denga ki abayiga nabuga abantu no 15 tu arolidi bara abayisekoba commissioners. Abayiga tu achorje batatu bara isekoba chairperson ye IBC. Kwaroli? A list ye banya already. Ye shortlisted. Banya submit to the president.
Okay.
Kwarali. Ekarabanya submit to the president.
Yes.
A president yamanya gochora final list. Yata yabanga sawa ba tato ba chorwa. Koriye ko ngabale fit for ekero kyo ba chairperson. Out of these 3 I'm choosing one. Out of these remaining 15 wata gereko ba commissioners wata gereko ba 7. Okay. I'm choosing so and so and so. And then those names when I choose the final list is presented before the Parliament for approval. Okay. So it may go through that committee or it may be a committee of the whole house who deliberating a key forwarded by the president.
Yes.
Forwarded for the chairman. Nice and the criteria.
All right.
Yes. Approved by Parliament. Both houses.
Yes.
Amalieta yamanya go to back to the president for appointment.
For appointment. Wow, it's a huge process.
It is a huge process. So one of the token yakolera igoro yes election panel. Again the one of the koranga there is no goodwill. There is no political goodwill. The token yakubura ninga na election panel ninga kitoko chaka. That is only but the first step. There are further steps. And time is not on our side.
And time is running out because this is 2020. By next week we are 2025 now.
Yes.
Born on TV. Ne katiba kabisa buna tubugoliti ngotebere chingaki kanga IBC ekoba in place so that they prepare even their preparedness towards the general election for the elections.
Yes.
But Rende, here is an irony now. You saw there was a proposed bill. There will be no live streaming of elections. Any bill proposed already the ABC, but they are proposing a bill which will shut down the live stream. There's that proposed bill. Again, there is another bill. Was it on Friday, Thursday?
Yes.
A transitioning president nyego so bisego chikoewa powers inga any civil servant aisogutenenia wasaisekoleta any concern yuragero murubulito agendera, he will be in for it. 10 million fine or in jail. So why is these proposals chigo kabisa na ntuma tichi proposal karoji ajira from executive chiko end up in parliament and we know
parliament
is a rubber stamp. So I'm wondering
abubono no kulikiria mangana na ariko tabe ya political goodwill.
Yeah.
Igo immediate ngaki abanta abakoreta chibilie chiga. Their focus is not on the process. Balenga ngaki opochori bulinga kitoko bokora.
Nakiboko. Yes.
But they are failing to recognize ngaki again the bago plan for cannot come if we do not have a fully functional IBC.
Yeah.
That is a situation of misplaced priority.
Yes.
Ekiagara live streaming ya matokeo yobochori boraibuense.
We need
is
to know.
One of those things that under Article 10 yes. Transparency. The process must be credible, verifiable. So people Kenya possible to access that information.
Yes.
Na kumanyanga for whatever reason. Get that live streaming of results. Those results are our results.
Yeah.
Chikure jini ndutu agri. Ngiyakora tutali it is a clawback on the transparency yes. and good governance as a bill. Yeah.
But why are they bringing a controversial proposed bills contrary to the constitution?
One of the things this regime
yes.
is sometimes bills are proposed to divert attention. From 5 to 7 years.
Yes. I don't know where it is.
There was a Tony issue. There was a Tony issue at that time. But I get to divert attention from. Baba more discuss term limits. Are we discussing any term limits?
No, we are not.
We are supposed we issue ya IBC IBC neta constituted.
Yes.
There will be no live streaming of results.
Election results.
We are now discussing a transition from one president to another. Without an IBC. Without
a working IBC.
That is a deliberate attempt.
Yes.
You divert attention. Kurua said the main issue. The main issue as a country And the transparent, especially the leadership,
yes.
is to constitute
yes.
an IBC. Very good for the governance of the country, even for the security
yes.
of the country. Kiara, eto kenga ntoli kwege na kiombe kege chikobeku in place. The security of the country
yes. So as far as we are concerned, IBC nkora ganyetole no nye wadata biribune process ibonete kubwatiwa. In fact, bunana kiego chikokorwa nyendriba korana mangana selection panel torole mpaka bunana kibawe chakoba appointed. But as of now, we will wait a bit longer.
There is no political goodwill.
Unless abantu babwata goodwill na gwata bebyombe nini ba push for it.
Yes.
And that's the only option. No imbia mwana sana wakili Hilary Ongori Tom, Mwalimu Thomas Michira gotebanga no ali mekabisa korochense mochiri cha nyama ya Nyamira County timeduse kwa wenereri kuba asante asibali mogenda tutumira chi ujumbe bono iga ara igotomire SMS goteba sha is a problem, no treatment. Ero tebirega sha iko na shida sana pia mwana sana korosune kachituka oyo Mama Tiffany live from Mama Tiffany Cave na customers tuko ndani sana enjoying the show. Salimia sana wakili ndani ya mjengo. Asante Divina Morakura South Mogirango wotebanga a very candid discussion indeed. Which country doesn't have an IBC working IBC? Where are we headed to? Can president be realistic and honest? Because he doesn't talk the walk, doesn't walk the talk. Divina Morera, the president, doesn't walk the talk. Au kwa nenteka utara kivyake. Asante sana Linet na ina kororo watenga salimia sana wakili. Hey, long time wakili. It's a long time wakili, but he is here now. Wakili, away from IBC, because if we speak, turakwane mpaka mambi. Because after all, na tuchitukuane, it remains ngana bete kereko aiga we are just highlighting which is abantu baito ngangi kibwenere tekanga kiabeire of which gitaraba bono turasuka ke away from IBC tocha samangana LSK Law Society of Kenya ya bere bobe the judiciary enaroche senior counsel Nelson Havi Gershon Kamau na Abdul Nasir the other dineri kongwaga bata
na Paul Muita
yes bago beka pressure nga Chief Justice Martha Koome wiketi yemirmo reason being osinyiro gukoro bokurumi. But I'm wondering ingoyero okoliro bokurumi tora deba nga se magete bokurumi bwaherije executive bokurumi bwaherije parliament batemere kurani graft, but now as a judiciary no bokurumi botara hera they say detara gora bokurumi na ende she's incompetent. Those are the exact words. What can you say about that, LSK? Where you fall under?
Mbuya mona morali na ende silibolio. Patrick Lumumba.
Yeah.
Atebanga. And a very famous quote bona ya beire egente ukoligere na ora rolenga na maene na ende no boene.
Yeah.
Atebanga a country and once. Na bego survive kare executive taliko karagasi.
Yes.
Na bego survive kare legislature taliko karagasi.
Yes.
Lakini osobo tamero bo moyo jobol na se judiciary.
Yes. Yani habuno hope were. Yes.
Eke roko nyoranga bono judiciary nebu ato mochando. Ige anything abono tuatigere roro yuro. Judiciary is the last resort. Una bono tuaka gambira mangana IBC. Eke roto konyora the people bataliko ba involved. Public participation yetaliko ba. Ngo tokonya. Kerenga na bulia.
Is judiciary. They're the courts.
Eke university funding model ya threatened go salia amagima ya bana. Ngo tokonya.
By the neke gambiro. Na bono naro chacha muita ya. Na it was unconstitutional.
Ego the judiciary is the line of last defense. Ekerotonyo orenga yabere compromised, we are done.
Bono nki CJ yakora in this regard.
Bono CJ?
Yes.
They are CJ as one Chief Justice is the head of the judiciary.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the chair of the Judicial Service Commission.
Yes.
Judicial Service Commission ne kiombegete ne tobo koreli. Webi gambiro.
Yes.
Ekero nde bwensi abwatengana including a complaint. No eko genda se Judicial Service Commission. Kwarali. Abantu batwali
nerenge suggestion box.
actually mpaka discipline na ba ko na ba ko tegera hearings ba discipline even a judge paka ba mo remove even from office.
Yes.
One of the way, actually the only way you can remove a judge from office if you present a petition to the Judicial Service Commission. This Judicial Service Commission a basis ya bono LSK which akagotebanga obeying incompetent is this.
Yes.
Complaints are lodged against judges but keeper.
Yes.
Asokore and na go protect those judges and magistrate okonyora complaint era against them.
Let me cut you short, and I'm sorry for that.
Yes.
But how sure are you that these complaints internally? Maybe they have the internal mechanism of dealing with the complaints coming to their docket.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or are a complaint? Ever acknowledged in received. To a sunki kia beta go to tell one internally.
What if they followed the investigator of this complaint?
They should communicate back. And saying a key into what you take, Igano to a
okay.
That failure of communication and even being bearing a key, this is what happened, is what one of CJ Yakoba faulted for. Complaints in Chira Rochining.
Okay.
Ekero complaints in Chiraro. Ntoliku Manyanga eventually in Kigo Chakiaba these complaints.
Yes, yes.
Echinde Chiabonigo. The Judicial Service Commission, it is appearing upon a Chikarakoba suppressed in Chiba is a cover brought to the limelight.
Yes.
The few cases to for example, we know there are some judges who have been dismissed.
Yes,
others have been suspended. But take a boarding a key. These are the cases which have been raised. Yes. Why don't we have feedback? Another thing, amongst the things there is incompetence.
Yes.
One of the things Nelson Aviakor is naked.
Yes.
Courts laxity bono ya to giringa abantu bigambere binge mbiri ikaransa limta kero correct ikaransa.
Yes.
Ogo jagwanyora umuntu jire asegete gukora gusene retreat gusenge ndokenda.
Yeah.
Ega asiyeli the mandate ya judiciary ogo ikaransa na gotega rebina.
Yes.
Na kwa abantu obo hene. Tell you correct? Tell you ko. Umuntu akwa wiki bana one for example sometimes chinsa chine biyo oto karo na boko manyanga ngikiraro. Okay, and they go to one of Boniga around November, Mwakoyo. Or a Witalikia June 2025.
Yes.
Quarter?
Yeah.
Oh, Motajo Gaganye, another the Conyorak, June 2025. And notice Yamanakoso, Kanonike man. Ngakoti, Italy, Karansa, Yajir on official duties. So that is the part of the complaint. Nkieke Kerekia Muimono.
Okay.
Omonto data administratively. Go to Kurushi Mona Jebina, Achigo Kora, Atigo administer, Kotaka Rebi.
I see. I see that.
A judiciary tell you at you might demand the Bakuna Jabina, never at the magistrates?
Yes.
Never at the judges. Quarrel. To at the chief registrar.
Yes.
You want to go at the administrative arm, ye judiciary. Era core official duties, ye Jabago, or my official duties is an excuse. Quarrel?
Yes.
Those are the complaints.
But Randy. I'm following you so keenly, Wakili.
Yes.
Mbijogo tebanga, nkieke kera be kinge nchomono judiciary era chigo kora, etigo kora egasi ai boronge kiagera. That's the judiciary, na dei egasi ai. But if one whatever we are administratively, ne wada registrar, ne wada judges, ne wada magistrates, ono lende ko mera kali goroga, oranyo mdebi okore kaga. Era mako sokia what trending.
The overall person, that is the CEO of the
because what is happening.
That is what
yes.
Ekero complaint ya tokiri. Ya very table there as a Judicial Service Commission.
Yes.
That matter has been brought to the attention of the Chief Justice. If you don't act,
okay.
Eventually. But for instance,
yes.
On the issue of absenteeism,
yes.
The Chief Registrar of the Judiciary, Winfrida Mokai. Yesterday, actually a reminder to all the ones who work in the Judiciary, actually talking about absenteeism, was streamlined. So they are responding to these complaints. You're correct. Mbona bago ta correspond to pressure ya very mountain. Naende Chief Justice in her defense, these things raised.
Yes.
They have been raised consistently.
Yes.
Ekiara tali bona cha gite kasi. Roji.
Yes.
Ekera kubuligwa, the only thing ara to tell Kilinga it is because she's a lead. We know
it's a technological facilitated gender-based violence.
We knew even from the starting that she's a lead. Ekera was Chief Justice.
But is it not a technological facilitated gender-based violence? Because is that reason enough for her to resign from his post? Borongenga taliko dina na complaints. Is that reason enough for her?
Moralia no morigere bweta TV. Mbuya tota yabanyo bwarenga ki.
Yes.
No I know kore isie gente ki kwanza nga gender based violence. Nga those complaints are just gender based violence, cyberbullying. Paka ko tebanga cyberbullying. In fact chekera cha gete kore isie gente ki nga nesengenji akurwani kwesengenji agenda. That is incompetence in itself. Esababu
I don't agree.
We did not think about the gender yake.
Yes.
Etua mochore tenga ki
because she was capable.
Na capable. Correct?
Yeah.
It is we should be able to look be above the neck. Nelson have in one of the things you afadhali tuligereje?
Yeah.
Above the neck. What is below the neck is none of our concern.
It is above the neck.
Because she was a lady.
She qualified.
But now it has actually now been revealed. No, according to these interviews, she was among us the last.
I don't think so.
She was pulled.
Oh, sure.
Using a gender card.
But how sure are you even these complaints are genuine?
These complaints, complaints are not against her. Complaints are a failure to act against judges and magistrates. Yes. Abuago shield. Tali kome okuboli gwa mangana nga kinga kyale. Nga gosenga ga ntonkera akolere kere. If you shield the corrupt, if you shield the incompetent, we will associate you with corruption and incompetence. Ekiagara, birds of the same feather
flocks together.
Yes. If you are protecting abantu bali batageta flashed out of the judiciary. Like Kitora identify na nayo koroteki otenete that to judiciary.
But why is not the same pressure put on other independent bodies? Because corruption is everywhere. Why judiciary?
Born into LSK as LSK as a Turi born as a working environment. No, to a
So will she resign? Do you think she will resign? Because Mesema, she can't do that. Because if you have the same goodwill, in the nini. Because I saw one of your posts, very learned post that you can criticize a leader or you can criticize a person. But if the intention is, if there is no objectivity, then that is another posting idea. If you are criticizing her well, why don't you show her on what to do? Do this right instead of a resignation. Asking her.
No act on those complaints before her. That is something in a mandatory negative. Tali to talk more.
Okay.
In a bit to be a class JSC, Utagere worked upon, you are very placed on the table.
Yes.
You should act on them. You should not now become a cover.
Okay. A shield.
Yeah, shield. Judiciary is being bullied, judiciary is being this and that. Na objectivity.
Yes.
One for instance, absenteeism.
Yes.
It is everywhere. It's documented everywhere. Those notices, they are there. Otomeiru, those notices. Nelson have you complain?
Yeah.
Wrote a letter and attached notices. Chairman, what are you carrying? Widespread. Official duties in the judge.
Yes.
Just go to the page. No more TV. We enter to the page here. Nelson having all magistrates and judges. What are you carrying? Rulings due.
Yeah.
A ruling you might think to
yeah.
You see, every Natalie, maybe people are behind it.
Yes.
Their livelihoods, tied to there is business, tied to a ruling never delay. a log at chibe sasagit omaite justice is not just in ebi na bioka ebi puata ina mangana manga even their economic aspects there are families but it dependent on ngaki ruling yako ba elito mane ngaki toko nyora
our eventuality
our livelihood go sekende kiraro if you would schedule a matter for ruling for example was a judgment lituko livyota kire kunaja gwa defer kwa tabangaki ruling yeye ko se judgment yetara batayari
to Yesu kimoto nkietara bera tayari and that's
so Yesu kimoto na ende to ko ruwe tariki mazende ba ngaki the ruling or judgment will be delivered on notice nganu moja moya we notice yakarera akore era anachu yibwati ga banta
I see so
na ende ekero konyora e calendar ya judiciary mbabu atenjira ba administration ya ba ko banga ekero konyoro bange chiri treat go senga yi ba chiri go seminars don't you thinking that these seminars should be made in a way where the water and the seminar yago itali wa affect the service delivery yeah
sure you're right
ebina bibinto mata koma correct and on resignation is one of the things ata kere ko resignation ekiagera tutake go present a petition to the JSC for a removal tayari JSC tu arozinga kiteli go chigo tokoi that is why they have resulted to this pressure correct it's like the only option
there is no another alternative in the Judicial Service Commission era koru within if somebody has failed injerete yo gorumne reshuffle ko president yo gore reshuffle ngai wara sinyiro tigankore
mbiya mono na inde so ko riboli elio one of the responses chief justice yakorete is to transfer judges Ekarbono pressure gasta ko boni gona to ko amba igata judges they are on their way to new stations their magistrates are on their way to new stations transferring a problem is not solving a problem it's to create an appearance as a public ngaki onye mwate betengo jona ruru mube gaiga kitale o chakire goto jada gaiga kigatumuire kwale as ata kore binte it's just transferring one monkey from a forest is the same does not change.
So what you stand for is for her to resign.
Let her act as a complaint.
Yes.
Actually resolve. Lakini because it has appeared tata get go resolve. She is resulting to defending herself and even other theatrics mosingi boko era sanga na ata ko then the other option is to resign.
You know, I may concur with her okay or two. The reason why is because I'm a woman. Because you see, whoever is criticizing her, they're men. Now criticize. So these men yes.
I want to speak to the ladies.
Yes.
Talk to them. Very competent.
Yes.
Very qualified. That one we must appreciate.
Yes.
We have people in all fields.
Like your president, Faith. She's
position. The last thing you should tell us, because I'm a lead. That is the last thing. You should substantively come and saying this is how we address this.
Yes.
And
counter every
yes. Absenteeism.
This is what I'm planning.
This is what I'm immediately.
Yeah.
I get you. No.
Good evening, Entire television crew. Yes, hapa kwa LSK versus Judicial Service Commission, Gosirende Judiciary. Ebu wakili atueleze ya chitikara, I think you've explained. Anasema kuna confusion kiasi. Hapa ni ukweli kuna ufisadi kwa judiciary. Hapa ni ukweli kuna ufisadi kwa judiciary. Anatufuatilia vyema kutoka Kisii Town, Milimani, Akor kwa Cliff. Tuko na Elder Simeon Matunda kutoka Nyamagesa ya Nyaribali Masaba. Mpia mono sana Cliff kwani ya Elder Simon Matunda na wabali masumurubuli. Ni ukweli? Yara kumitinike maana mpaka judiciary kuna ufisadi?
nenda baise ko kuminga buanga chete kanye.
Anyway, pia wana sana wakili twenye viro vitu biko genda mono. Another issue nagane tukwanira kindu china ndo manchumugelo nyere iziri yake agoteba what's the work of those people Ruto appointed while Kenyans are suffering with the taxes, housing and the SHA? Is it not wastage of funds? Let wakili tell us. Egara mangana appointment akora tuwa bwanguiga kutokonyora na ende the common faces to manyete but new one in the slots cha serikali ya Kenya kwanza. For example na kubole tienga take a look like Mwangi wa Iria. He was the former governor na aligeti kroke boraibuense. Yes, and Lee Kinyanjui is the former governor. Mutahi Kagwe was former minister. They are now back because wana ende karoto kuligere libyeta koranga agency bano korobekana wa agency niko naende kwa bokie ebinte binge mano kwetani muna byarenge but rendo yo holdinga what is the ngakiayoro appointments cha Dr. William Ruto ekero Kenya naenda wa Kenya bagendete kusumbukana mangana yebango mangana asha. Is that not wastage of funds, wakili?
Biamana sa liboli elio. Eline liboli di gale sana. Ikuata mangana amange sana. Na ndeli ko deal with the administration ye serikali ya William Ruto.
Yes.
Naende ege ntokera rokero kyo geta kiri ko manyakana nekeiga. As Kenyans. Ntoka neriko ikira sto ntotali ko leaders in isolation of the people.
Yes.
Boni ngana butura tanga Kenyans are suffering. And which is true.
Yeah.
People are suffering. But aba Kenya ba igapone ba tinete kando. Ba kuligiria serikali. But what we should also understand in ki some of the actions che serikali are sometimes informed na bantu bali ko correct okugambira. There have been political tensions. There have been questions as to whether this government nenya are go execute mandate ya correct ya etu. And in pursuit you go stabilize the country na kochaka kolinga ngakito ko ratokonya ne.
Yeah.
Bono ga na lie ikire asoko nyoranga kuna tuwa chageta linga the opposition is donating experts.
Yes.
Bajiko correct. Bajiko konye serikali. But at the end of the day, again to kera aroneke.
Yes.
Ntu we don't tell ko bwati nga ningo wakole gente. Nelson Mandela once said ngaki it doesn't matter the color of the cat.
Yes.
As long as eko bwata mbeba.
That's true. That's very true.
So these appointments these are politically motivated.
Yes.
The idea of the framers of the constitution technocrats run a cabinet abantu bali informed on a specific area. On a specific field bara manye enjerengi ya yokora ministry paka tonyongale hapo obokoreri.
Yes.
Again tomo Kenya ata getono obokoreri.
No obokoreri. But you see the likes of Mwangi wa Iria na watekina one that we naki korogi naki bono muraiben sekara cha bantu bando konyora babwate bina babwate chikeskes anna bwakoreta serikali bantu babwate bina na ndebine bikongu na ende wade biroborongenga technocrats na bogwendera te ko base cabinet. Do you know we only have 3 technocrats in the government? In the cabinet, yes. Just 3. This is Rebecca Miano, this is Dr. Baraza, waziri wa afya, na waziri wa maji. Anaitwa Eric ule. They are only the 3 technocrats. Babwate experience of such query ndebali.
As a ministry.
But one na abo libono mna abago mangwaire na abwate active case. Yes. How do we even now consume that? Nkibone president yekorokia
president yotagete ko nyoranga. Karabalo toko ji totaraji kulire no president ya. Onyore ngaba Kenya abanyene mpachore tabantu babwate bibi. Guys.
Yes.
These leaders are a reflection of our people.
Yes.
Abantu baito na barato siboli. Ke dongere ngora tebe na inde botambi. Aba Kenya baraba ngaini. Babwata a lot of information na ande babwate accountability erego. Ekero chikura chitai. Boni gabana chikura chitai. They know the right leader.
What happens then when it comes to
ekero chikura cheikire
yeah
mokanya tayori mongai mokanya tayo maite murai. So the first problem
yes
is us abana inchi
yeah
even that those appointments some of those things are about re-election. They are not even about service delivery, which is some Kenya. They are about re-election and realignment. And that kind of realignment comes from the people themselves. A mindset yomo Kenya. Tuare guikangango ikratore stogo kwanera mangana yogo interrogate policies. You deal with policies as opposed to politics ya kawaida ngaki oyongo oyonga yarukuru nkumobeka gaga na balance region gete ngoreta mutai kagwe ngumobeka gaga na neutralize nyeri ekyara bwango igantu aseli mokonyi
yes
ngoreta nyagete those are not policy issues.
Are we agreeing
are not issues chigana iligo correct ukwane.
Yes, are we agreeing that a president is out of option? Now is doing everything possible to fit his interest in the next coming election.
President asaikire boniga koligereria ground ya Kenya.
Yes.
Is now kira satikale thing abono.
Yes.
It is ngakingo nyara go survive. Elinengo le this administration.
Yes. Ribotira nera belio mwalese njo chese chetu chendire olira neri in 7 minutes time kiagara na chatigere exactly we end neri nga nkuboli nga a president abakonya na bebwatekerenga na benkoletere bintu gete gucha saba Kenya buna bana ntwala turumurubulisha livestock vaccination near on the way no roche deputy president ngonya gotebere they are opening in the global market or international market that's why bataite vaccination yekoru. Do you thinking kirokete bintu mbire president yakoleta for the good ya Kenya but now the process yakoletera ngakiwenereta koba so that Kenyans egona kwa rocha gotabanga people wanapinga kila kitu. Mbona Wakenya mnapinga kila kitu? What should be the president do in the right way so that ekerege ntoke gocha na gekwano kwanyoranga everybody is in that thing, any decision yako make na understand what is happening.
Emoja ndo mwana pina ndo ligeri from this administration kare achagete.
Yeah.
Oko involve as stakeholders. Not for the mere sake of it ngantu aba kuandete mugaje muikaranza mukanyuchaye muga spend some budget ngabona mu participate. Bone ngento bona bono kia vaccination. Yechi getugo. Enganeye na bokuligeri ngaki enganeye ngaki yachete. Noroje umaita abantu abange bakuanga out of ignorance.
Yes.
Na and ignorance means that there is no information. If information was placed ngora
yes
by resungaki for example one vaccination one again tobacco vaccinate against is foot and mouth disease. There are markets out there. Kwarot chiabo Kuwait chiabo Qatar isikoyense.
Yes.
Ekero bali mibono for example bago tuge na for example nyama ugochogole chiombe on Kenya Meat Commission. Kenya Meat Commission ngo imukire nyameyega export some of it. Some of the requirements for example karogo export is this meat better vaccinated because foot and mouth diseases are communicable diseases as amangana yetugo. Onye this information yakore tuere sunga why are we doing this?
Yes.
Tali kwa introduce yegento na endo manye tegento kendekere problem is the sense of urgency.
Yes.
Pakabantu babonga
kitu.
In fact na endo namba nina tokamba iga abantu chingombe ngo bajire vaccinated.
Yes.
Before even this issue was raised. But now they want to do it on a larger scale. So that production gego chikoba tonyo le production yengo chire wanted in certain markets. Ekiagara Kereo kwenda go import meat to a country like Kuwait. Mpapo kate regulations shabanga ki tutagete nyameriga na iga na iga. Some of the things bakuri is those vaccinations.
Baere abantu ba decide boronge ba metenga this thing.
So that lack of public participation and bringing the information
out.
Information yako presented na rekogere binde bia pingu.
Yes.
Ikiara futa. Gesa buna ndo mwaka nje na bongo igwa mangana futa and mouth disease.
Hande kwa vaccination koruchire. Yeah.
Bona yekire paka point they are questioning which kind of vaccination is this that is so urgent.
Yes.
Onya kanye tukwata our own vaccinations. They are now even thinking that there is genetically modified vaccines.
Yes.
Chiko tomu, chiche ku alter the kind of biological setup yechi yetugo yai.
Yes.
Onyoro morali na ende tigankwere ne mai gake. Ekero tu abwate COVID-19. Abantu bagachaka gusira. Turoje. Buru lyo kwandi kwali ndio. Abantu ngusira bali. Abantu ngusira bali. Engakie vaccine yegaika. Abantu mba tete ku vaccinated.
No.
Mbarangete ku vaccinated. Abantu bagachaka myths and misconceptions. Umba ebintu binde enje ama lawyer. Scientists will tell you ngaki some of the things are inco verify bale ngakekere. Mba debeta mangana ye vaccine ya COVID nga ebintu mbiro bale kukwana ge no na enko lengwa. No bantu ba konyora bana na bintu biga uni. We were vaccinated.
Yes.
Eventually abantu abantu banyora ngake kama yana. Abantu ngusira tuli. Protocol vaccinated. People are vaccinated.
You go in short, the serikali yatumeka the right channels to present the information. Within some few minutes ndo chitoteka chiteka isatu gachuka tumense producer na tumente iviri chivisano. What is happening in Kisii County? Egere tumeko manya ngakia amangana Kisii County arona kiale unoko na weta iga street.
Ritual liabali nene ntanya ale kona directly as those 3 minutes.
Okay.
In Kisii County, I can say egenteke tangani ngelinga ki. Recently, there is a greater push for accountability.
Yes.
As a Kisii County. Again, they get angani umoligeria with a TV, no mugusi, and especially Moto Kisii County say Ali. Nkelinga ki the CEO of the county, His Excellency Paul Simbarati.
Yes.
Tangetia mangana accountability. Accountability is welcome.
Yes.
Calls for accountability is very welcome. Again, talking coach in general, Libona Buno Mokajo Kisii County. Now, these calls for accountability, some of them have been sensationalized.
Okay.
Not sensationalized, almost sisimuko gete.
Sisimuko fulani. Tengecho gete.
Boni again to create fashionable in Kisii County is to criticize.
Yes, criticize.
His Excellency Paul Simbarati. Whether it is objective or it is not, it is not the concern of those people who are criticizing. Criticism together, but every criticism is constructive.
Objective.
For example, for the last 3 years.
Yes.
I am a son of an ECD teacher. Iga Kisii County. ECD for the entire time Kisii County. For the 10 years to in the other regime, they were not even confirmed. They were confirmed during the tenure His Excellency Paul Simbarati. And it is not true that they have not been paid. Yes, there may be things but when you put in criticism, we begin to doubt your agenda. Naende push for this accountability. Once you make it ever sensationalized, criticize rather than the facts. Echo lead to a scenario whereby we lose the accountability war. Lose the accountability war. His Excellency Paul Simbarati. This thing has been sensationalized. They take a stand. Take a stand. In the process, emotions exchange. No, a personality, we are defending personalities.
Oh yeah, I see. I see.
But we should look at amangana alialenga ki onyana accountability
genuine. Yes.
For instance, people took videos during the rain. Drainage but they could not be able to bring photos after and drainage the best.
Yes.
Agetige kamuka abantu bakaire na bagako mupira
boronge.
Now we karoko nyoranga bono already they are measuring, they are selectively waging the war on accountability.
Yes.
Sensationalism we will lose the war on accountability.
We will lose the meaning of criticizing now the original
the issue
the issue yaringe ochoro. Yes. So in short, you are telling us nga accountability nega niri, criticism nega niri.
It is welcome actually nega niri.
Yeah.
The Kisii County administration ne welcome etia mangana ya criticism.
Okay.
Yes.
Biamon. Diatogolrabo wakili Hilary Ongori Tom, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Biamono, tokotanga always there is next time.
Thank you.
Biamono na ende otwaro tukobia okora wakili Zalma Bunuke okora wakili George Mo wa maiga mange even his excellence ko komorora wa maiga mange kegima. Mwanchu muligirire tokolrabo asebono tolengenere Hilary Ongori Tom, the advocate of the High Court of Kenya, kwa ihule from IBC to livestock vaccination to Kisii accountability ngana kiantu bakare go criticize batabu ati objectiveness bona nyogo tete go criticize with the facts na ende kaba genuine voli gentu buno ko voli botambe. Even the constitution allows accountability from leaders. Ero is being demanded by the people gobana sobotu ko bolera ko linga kwa nyolero agende tokoreka asorongoro gusi na boigo asense ya Kenya bona ochora no kwawe kiagera nayo mwaki ekura oroche kyombe kya IBC buno tokwanire go choko chana mangana nda mangi twaro buligereria borobija na ende kabe meta TV kiagera sigeke kekerebosio ngo chande tamangana maya asinchira yobwekera no Ruta Luda kora sensemo ende ye studio Mokokoti Joseph ngoro sensemo ye camera na inje Sara Ontita inje na mabwate wakili Hilary Ongori Tom twaro buligereria borobija ene Retire TV oborabu obwagusi.
Biamono. Thank you.